All right, hey, so what we are doing today is I'm going to show you the difference between more of what just a wand does and that kind of texture and what a clip iron does. So you'll get a little bit of both. Here we have single pass, and then this is basically the same, but it's the convertible collection, but it's the same size. They're both an inch. What I'm going to do is I'm going to show you basically how to get a more structured wave with the clip and also how to hold it, because a lot of people have a hard time if they didn't grow up learning how to work with a clip. A wand is usually what people go to. So wands are great for especially a beach wave because you just kind of wrap it around, you're perfect, and you're good to go. Super fast, super easy, you don't have to overthink it. So I'm going to walk you through a curling iron on either side because that can get tricky. So I'm going to split my hair down the middle. You can see I have like no hair. And I'll start with the bottom because that's easiest for me. And I'm just gonna section this up with one of my T3 clips, which gives great hold. Okay, so I'm gonna split this in two down here. This side, I'm going to show you how to use the iron. Okay. Also very important is to make sure you have the correct heat setting. So for me, my hair can't handle too much heat because of how much I bleached it. Can't really tell now because obviously my roots are crazy. But I like to keep it on a medium heat because I do need the hold, but I don't want to overexpose to heat. So I stick with a 3. I don't need anything more than that. Now what we're gonna do is, to hold it on this side, because this is a trickier side. Okay, now you're gonna hold the ends, right? Working your way through and all the way around. So some people like to hold it like this. I'm gonna show you a different way to hold it. Oop. So there's that. Or you can hold it like this, which is a lot easier. But I find some people like to reach it around and above, especially if you've been using a wand. That's kind of the general technique. So what I like to do is I hold it. You can see I'm holding it with my left hand for support. And then I just kind of clamp it with my right hand. Sorry, I'm staring at it and I'm not very good with left and right. So you can see that gives a really structured curl, and also the ends are in it. So also what you're doing is you're keeping the hair, when you kind of feed it through, you're keeping it really flat. So when keeping it super flat, you're gonna get more of a structured wave, and that's gonna be a big difference between the iron and the wand. Okay, so next I'm going to move on up to this section. Okay. Now here, how do you avoid creases? The best way to avoid creases, I'll show you on this section. First of all, I gotta say, this iron is actually really great for not leaving crease marks, but obviously technique is part of it too. So I'm gonna show you here again. You want the clamp facing you. So if you're doing this side, you want it to open, facing your face, and then same thing on the other side. That's how you get it to turn the correct direction, if that's at all helpful. So we're gonna do this section, and then, okay, so as you're doing this, you're kind of working it through. So you can see as you're touching this little clamp, you're avoiding crease marks. And there you can see. So this iron is definitely super helpful to avoid all of that, like I said. Okay. And then again, working your way through all the way up. And you want to make sure the very ends are also in it. How do you know which size barrel wand is best? So for my hair length, typically this is 1 inch. I usually use the 1.25 inches, to be honest, but for this and to see the dramatic brushed out effect here, the inch is better because you'll get more of that Hollywood wave. But the longer your hair is, the bigger the barrel. So for 1 inch, I would recommend something, about, here, about here down. I would say go for 1.25 inches. Don't listen to me because I'm using the inch today, but you'll see why at the end. And then also there's so many different options. As you can see, these are just wand options, but there's so many different wand options that will work for you. So if your hair is even longer and you have so much more hair than me, this is perfect. And you're gonna get that really beautiful, like cascading hair that everyone dreams of. And then if you want more of a tapered look, tousled waves, these are all great. These are the same, but Okay. But anyway, back to my curling. Okay, so top section. I'm always extra careful with my hair, and as everybody should be, with the top and the front, because this is, kind of where you style it the most, where it sees the most damaged, environmental damage, bleach, color, heat, anything. So just be careful up here. And we're just gonna, again, get all the way up. But you can see too that a medium heat setting really, really works. So that's always nice to know that you don't have to crank it all the way up for your hair to still feel good and look good. So we definitely works. Then here, very, very front. Okay. I always like to kind of choose the barrel size. Yeah, definitely also choose the barrel size based on the curl you want for sure. But as far as for wands, I usually say length kind of plays a part in because wands are more beach wavy. But you're definitely right about that. Okay, I like to open this up. You can see how this is kind of right with my eye line. All right, hold it on, let it out. I look really crazy on this side, but you'll see in the end, it all comes together, I swear. So now we're going to move into wand. Okay, so again, working with the same sections, I'm going to just clip this up. And then I'm going to split this into two. And a general kind of rule of thumb about sectioning is how big your barrel size is about how big your section should be. So I'm using an inch barrel. I should use, an inch section. I'm using a little bit bigger, but around that. Here, with a wand, again, why I kind of held the curling iron like this on the one side, because that's how I find most people like to use a wand, because you feel like you have a bit more control and you can kind of see what you're doing. Okay, so with this, and how you get more of a beach wave, is you're leaving the ends out. So by leaving the ends out and straighter, and I like to kind of just keep rolling it around, that helps kind of distribute the heat. So you can see it's already more of the wave that most people are kind of into on a day-to-day basis. So then same thing back here. Just kind of turning it around. I like to spin it. Some people don't. That's a little too much work for you, but you definitely don't have to. And again, as you can see, a 3 heat setting is definitely helpful. Okay. I'm definitely not using inch sections, but that's for the purpose of the tutorial and timing. But, you know, at home you should, but if your hair can handle, if, you know, your style's not working, definitely sectioning can be a part of it. Oh, I hope you like your 1-inch wand. Okay, so again, kind of working around here. I like to leave about an inch and a half out because my hair is longer, but also that would probably work for, you can curl your ends, it's just, you know, you got to be really careful, and I wouldn't really totally advise it, but you can. Okay. But wands are definitely great for just getting it done, getting that wave that you love and that everyone's like, oh, your hair looks amazing. But yeah, for styling, if you have a more formal event, it's definitely nice to use a curling iron. And the top section. My ends tend to flare out when I try to get a wave. I feel like that, I don't know how long your hair is, but I feel like sometimes that happens when hair's in this length. Is that about how long it is? And sometimes it's just the way it's sitting on your shoulders. But yeah, sometimes I like to also use, Lucea is actually perfect for it because you can use the flat iron, which is more of a styler, and you can kind of direct it in or straight down and get that look that you're looking for. We're almost there. Yeah, and some of my layers are, yeah, sometimes the layers being short can really mess with your at-home styling, but I'm sure it looks great in the end though. Can you use a wand to add volume? Yeah, totally. I'll show you how to do that. You can get volume I like to do it like that. I mean, obviously don't hit your scalp, but you can get a little volume that way. You can already see there's more here than there. I'm gonna split this into 2. So there's this. And then what I like to do in the very front, I can't remember if I did this on the other side. Maybe I did, maybe I didn't. But because I like that opening and face framing, especially with beach waving. I like to just brush it down so then it kind of gives you an opening. And then I like to wrap the wand right around my eye line. And okay. Now you can see the difference of what's gonna happen here. I'm just gonna probably more shake it out, and I kind of like to just use my hands like this, and really, this part is the most important part of a style for me, is the front and kind of this like opening that your hair does. That's really, I think it's sexy. So, and everyone is always, that kind of is the thing that makes or break your style, is the front. So I just like to break it up with my hands. You can see it looks like I have a lot more hair than I normally do. Now on this side, okay, I think I have hair and can never hold a curl. I have medium long. I would get 1.25 inches for sure. And this, okay, now here we go. Now you just brush this out. And you can see the difference of this side. I'm gonna get in here for a more proper wave. Okay. So there you go. So you have You can kind of see. Which one is easier for beginners is definitely a wand, but I definitely also think that giving a curling iron is still worth a shot. And if you want, you can also do this look with a curling iron, just wrap it around, but wait, okay, which side do you curl? This was with the curling iron, so you can see the ends are kind of the giveaway here. So the ends are done, and then, yeah, right? I feel like these both look great. So you could do like, you know, oh, hey, look, I'm at the beach, but actually I'm just inside my house. Or look, I'm going to an event. Actually, I'm also just inside my house. But still, yeah, and just a little back combing, you can really kind of get more volume and piece it apart. But yeah, and then if you were to spray it with the Firm Hold hairspray, there you go. Can you show it again? We're gonna save it so you can watch it again. And then, here you go. So, end result, we have wand versus curling iron. So, whichever you please, you can get any look you like. All right, and thank you so much for watching. I don't know which one I like more, but I haven't done my hair like this in so long. All right, well, thank you. Any other questions you have, please DM and I'll get them answered. Bye.